superheroes. I'm Pink Phoenix, coming to you from Purdue University College of Veterinary Medicine's League of VetaHumanz. Today, our special guest on VetaHumanz Live is my boss, the VetaHuman SUPERBOSS. Thanks for being on the show, SUPERBOSS.
Hey, happy to be here today. Looking forward to this.
It's going to be fun.
Yes.
To get started, could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, happy to tell you about myself. I grew up in the southern part of the country, in Alabama. Grew up around lots of animals in a rural area. Developed a great love for animals and science, and decided to pursue veterinary medicine. Went to Tuskegee University, where I got my Doctor of Veterinary Medicine degree. And while there, discovered pathology, which is the study of diseases and how the body responds to various injuries. And then after veterinary school, I came to Purdue to study pathology and become a pathologist. And after that, I decided to pursue an academic career working for universities here at Purdue, then at Michigan State University, and then now back here at Purdue.
I absolutely love your story. You have this amazing career as a veterinarian. You're a pathologist. You've led and built a diagnostic laboratory. You're a dean. Can you tell us about all the superpowers you've developed as a veterinarian and how you're using them to help control the pandemic?
Well, superpowers that I have developed include the ability to work with and understand various infectious diseases. I've developed expertise in diagnosing disease, running all kinds of diagnostic tests. I've learned expertise in working with other people because that is so important, because you have to be able to communicate well with them and understand their needs. So that's been a superpower that I think is very important. Also, superpowers in terms of understanding what's available through usually other universities or through organizations or government. Again, bringing all these people together to solve problems. So I think bringing people together to solve important problems is a wonderful superpower.
And so important, especially when we're dealing with a global challenge. Very important to bring people with all different needs and perspectives together to solve this major problem.
Absolutely.
You are the co-chair of Purdue University's Safe Campus Task Force and the chair of Purdue University's COVID-19 Vaccine Allocation Task Force. So what makes a veterinarian the perfect leader for these jobs?
Well, I think a veterinarian is a perfect choice for these jobs because of our training in comparative medicine. Veterinarians focus on all species, not just one species like human medicine. So we learn all about the different diseases of animals, including people. We learn about public health while we're in veterinary school. We learn about infectious diseases. Many of these diseases infect people as well, and they are called zoonotic diseases. Those are diseases transmissible from animals to people. So I think our well-rounded training in comparative medicine makes veterinarians the ideal candidates to serve in such an important role.
I absolutely agree. And I think a lot of people see veterinarians just as animal doctors. They don't always realize that we've all taken an oath to promote public health as well.
Yeah, that is so true.
So as chair of the Vaccine Allocation Task Force, what are the most common concerns about vaccination that you see? And what would you like to tell people to alleviate those concerns about getting vaccinated or getting boosted?
Well, the most common concern that people expressed was, what is the reaction to a vaccine? How is it going to impact my health? Is it going to be something that's going to be detrimental to my health and well-being? So, trying to convince people that these vaccines were developed by some of the best scientists the world has to offer, that they were tested extensively for safety and efficacy, and that the vaccines were safe, and trying to convince people that was challenging at times.
So, what did you do to convince them? We have
Well,
really high vaccination rates here at Purdue. And
oh, well, one of the things we did was to make sure that we had people who have great expertise, people who are highly respected for their accomplishments, to make statements about vaccines, to provide data, to provide evidence, and have these leading authorities speak on behalf of the safety of the vaccine. Try to develop a true trust so that people would feel comfortable getting the vaccine. So it was really based on trusting the messengers.
well, I want to thank you so much for keeping us safe. All of the work that you've done has enabled us to stay at work, stay at school, and continue on despite the challenges of the pandemic.
Well, thank you, and it's been a real privilege to be able to lead such an important effort.
A big question. If you were in charge of the universe right now, what 3 things would you ask people to do to help us get this pandemic under control?
Well, of course, the first thing I would ask people to do is to please get the vaccine, get vaccinated, and if you've been vaccinated and you're eligible for the booster, get the booster vaccine, because we want to put this pandemic behind us. And by getting vaccinated, um, and following the recommendations from leading scientific experts are so important to putting this pandemic behind us. The second thing I would ask was that people really help each other. We need more of that in this world. People are suffering in many capacities, and so we all need to reach out and help a neighbor, help people who are less fortunate than we are. So we all can do that. The third thing that I would do if I ruled the world, I would address climate change. Our climate is changing rapidly, and it's not for the good. So I would put in policies, procedures, anything that I could think of to make sure that our climate is one that is conducive for future generations, so that this world will be a place where people can live and thrive.
Wonderful, wonderful ask. And we've got a lot of people listening, so everybody, let's do our best to get this job done. Next question I have is, this has been a pretty challenging time for all of us. What's the biggest challenge you faced during the pandemic, and what strategies did you use to overcome it?
Well, the biggest challenge for me in the job that I have as Dean of a Veterinary College was trying to make sure that we continue to provide a quality education for our students, and also making sure that our college was safe for individuals, particularly the most vulnerable. And so, the approach that I took was working with my fabulous team to make sure that we put in policies and procedures that would do that, and also to work closely with the university, because I played a major role in developing recommendations on how we could keep our university open and how we could protect faculty, staff, and students. So making sure that we followed those policies and procedures. That was probably the biggest challenge that I had.
Excellent. Now, we have all been working extra hard for years now, and especially you with all these roles in addition to your regular demanding roles as a dean. On a personal level, how have you been managing stress during the pandemic?
Well, managing stress is something that I have always tried to focus on, and I find that for me, exercising relieves stress. So I exercise almost every day. And that's a time when I'm able to relax, think about other things. And after a good workout, I find that things, I feel different, I feel sharper, I feel more motivated, and my energy level goes up. So for me, a quality exercise program was essential.
What's your favorite exercise to do?
Well, I don't do any things that are complicated. I love running. Before the pandemic, I would run almost every day, and I enjoy running actually inside. Here we have a large indoor arena, a field house where faculty and staff and students can work out, and I would go there most days and exercise. Now that the pandemic is here, we don't have access to that facility, so I have a treadmill at home. Uh, I'm on that treadmill almost every morning, bright and early. And in the summertime, I would walk almost every day in my neighborhood. So walking and running are two things that I find essential to my well-being.
That's excellent. And great job adapting to the pandemic and not losing healthy habits.
Right.
Well, before we wrap up here, what inspirational message do you have for everyone listening during this historic time?
Well, the message that I have is, and I've always, this has always been my message, is that um, focus on the future, because remember, that's where we're going to spend the rest of our lives, in the future, right? Not in the past. And also, I believe in dreams. You know, have a dream, have a goal, and work as hard as you can towards that goal, achieving that dream. And always remember that there are many people out there that will help you achieve that goal, that dream. All you have to do is ask.
I love it. Thank you so much for being on the show, Superboss.
Well, thank you, Pink Phoenix, for the invitation. This was a real treat today.
I think it was a treat for everybody. You can learn about other League of VetaHuman superheroes at VetaHumanz.org. If you like this episode, please subscribe, rate, and share it with your friends. And remember, use your powers for good.